Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's New with ME, the only show where the economy, public health, and late night comedy collide like your student loan bill and your Wi Fi subscription. Let's get started. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and tonight we got three heavy hitters: the Federal Reserve, the CDC, and Jimmy Kimmel. That's right, money, medicine, and monologues. Let's dive right in, shall we? Breaking news. The Federal Reserve just announced a quarter-point interest rate cut. That's Fed Chair Jerome Powell's way of saying we're nervous, but not panicking just yet. Here's the math. Lowering interest rate means cheaper borrowing costs for mortgages, car loans, credit cards, and even those buy now, pay later sneakers you regret at 3 a.m. But it also means lower returns on your savings accounts, which is already earning less than a kid's lemonade stands. Some data check for you. Historically, when the Fed cuts rates, mortgage refinancing jumps as much as 15%. Credit card APRs drop slightly, but banks keep plenty for themselves. The stock market often rallies short term, but long term depends on whether this signals an economic slowdown. So, what's the subtext? Job market weakness. Employers are hiring slower and employment is itching up. And Powell is basically waving, please don't crash the economy. This is America, where the Fed rate goes down, but your rent still goes up. Call it the inflation diet. Prices slim down everywhere except where you actually need them to. Now, let's pivot from economics to epidemiology because nothing says late night comedy like vaccines and Senate hearings. Former CDC Director Susan Monaris testified that she was pressured by Health Secretary RFK Jr. to alter the nation's childhood vaccine schedule. She refused, got dismissed, and is now warning America about the dangers of politicizing science. This is serious. Vaccine schedules are based on decades of research. Changing them without evidence risks outbreaks or disease. We thought that we beat like measles, polio, and that kid in the gym class who never wore deodorant. Here are some fact check for you. According to CDC data, childhood vaccination rates already dipped to around 92% nationally, below the 95% threshold needed for herd immunity. Translation? We are one conspiracy theory away from measles making a comeback tour. Imagine firing a CDC director for not adjusting the vaccine schedule. That's like firing your dentist for saying flossing matters. America, we cannot let science turn into a TikTok trend. Next thing you know, people will be taking shots of ginger ale instead of vaccines. And now, drum rolls, please. Hollywood meets politics. Jimmy Kimmel Live has been suspended indefinitely by ABC. Why? His monologue on the tragic shooting of Charlie Kirk included pointing criticism of the MAGA movement, and the backlash was swift, and rightfully so. The FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, even threatened to revoke ABC's license. Think about that for a second. Our comedy show now needs FCC approval like their nuclear reactors. Former President Barack Obama called it government coercion, while ABC affiliates started refusing to air the show, and the internet, woo, it's lit up like Black Friday on sale. Here are some fact checks. This is the first time in decades a major network suspended a late night host over political content, beside if you count Stephen Colbert. Survey shows 65% of Americans value free speech over avoiding offense, but partisans' divides are deep. And yes, Kimmel trends daily on X, formerly Twitter, with hashtags like free speech and hashtag cancel Kimmel. Only in America do we suspend a comedian for making jokes while actual politicians say the wildest stuff daily and still keep their jobs. If satire is dangerous, what do you call Congress? So let's recap tonight's madness. The Fed is cutting rates because when in doubt, just print more money. The CDC director is warning us not to play politics with polio. And Jimmy Kimmel, he's learning that free speech is free. Well, until advertisers get nervous. Folks, these stories aren't just headlines. They are a reflection or reflections of where we are today as a nation. Balancing money, health, and freedom while trying not to spill out Starbucks on the way. Remember, whether it's rates, whether it's vaccines, or monologues, the real power is in staying informed and asking the tough questions. Because if we leave decisions to the algorithm, we'll all just be watching cat videos while Rome is burning or getting suspended from our TikTok account. I'm Ali Mehdaoui. This is What's New with ME. And until next time, stay sharp, stay satirical, and stay viral for all the right reasons. I'll see you next time.
In a world of digital noise, your brand deserves a command center. Welcome to ME Studios, where your vision doesn't just get captured, it gets amplified. This isn't just another production space. This is your complete media powerhouse. Our multi-unit facility in New Jersey is engineered for brands that refuse to be overlooked. We transform your voice into professional podcasts streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and beyond. Your stories become headlines across 300+ media outlets, including Fox, ABC. Behind every viral moment is strategy. Our content creation and SEO campaigns don't just chase trends, they create them. From concept to distribution, we build the digital presence others envy. Your brand, your voice, your time to dominate. Visit the mestudios.net and turn potential into impact.